What's up, guys? It's Binaryftw here because Binary is just that awesome, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Robot Wars Judgment. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for there being no sound in the previous episode. Again, I will try to avoid such things from happening in the future. The reason for that muting was as a precaution for when I recorded Xenoblade X, I muted desktop audio, and I forgot to unmute it. I don't think that OBS outputs sound, so I think we're good. So I think I'm good with that, so I just won't mute it in the future, because I'll forget again if I do. So yeah, anyway. But, Binaryftw here, Binary did awesome, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Robot Wars Judgment. Last time, we silently continued stage it's stage. Yep. It sure is a stage. The Demon is My Brother, part 1. In this episode, we're gonna be optimistic and say we're gonna finish it, but let's be honest, that's not going to happen. But for now, let's just do the thing. Let's get Kira in on this, and of course Cypher. This time with music. Yeah. So, speaking of which, now that we have sound, what is the audience's verdict on the sound? I did adjust it so it's about at half. The game's about half volume. I try to quiet down the game volume so I can be heard anyway, but I also like the game being heard, so it's especially a problem that I'm not usually at a consistent volume because I'm just generally kind of quiet. But hey, whatever. What can you do about it? So yeah. Take this, Control. I don't even know what that noise was. Anyway. Of course. Of course. That audio volume needs to probably be turned down a bit. You know what? I like you here. So you, Cypher. Actually, who needs the will? You don't. You who most certainly could use it. Nope. You could use it, but you also need, like, health. But, I'll take it. If I need to, I can just defend with Zeraheimer anyway. Nose is still stuffed, so apologies if I make any, if I'm a little bit congested. Anyway. Do you have chain attack? You do have chain attack. You're not almost dead, though. What about you? Yeah, you're getting there. You need energy. And you just have a repair kit. Repair kit, go. Wait, I can use... Oh my god, I can use repair kits on other units. I did not know that. Suddenly, repair kits are looking a lot more viable than I thought they were. Oh, but there's a bit of a range. Okay. That's interesting. Well, in that case, let's double rocket punch this guy. Get him out of the way. Then I can move Zerimer elsewhere. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking I should turn down my mic a little bit. Or the system that's recording it anyway. Because for starters, there's a bit of white noise that I can see. It's not like super loud or anything, but I should probably turn it down. And then I don't know. I think I'm fairly loud, but we'll see, I guess. Level up for Koji. Let's move, well, we can move Koji over there. And then hope this does more damage than I think it's going to. Okay, let's see how much this does. Enough. Great. That's what I wanted. It's not what I thought I'd get, but I'll take it. Parts, repair kit, U. Attack, beam arrows, U. Alright, Cypher, you got this. Not much else to talk about, I don't think. This is going great. Yeah, I got much else. Nintendo Switch looks great. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in another video, but Nintendo Switch looks great. I don't know, I hope that it gets the third-party support that I personally feel that Nintendo kind of deserves, because I like Nintendo's consoles. I don't like the way they get treated a lot of the time. A lot of it is deserved, and a lot of it, I feel, is just gamers being gamers, which is to say, people who feel that they're entitled to get whatever the crap they want because someone else does something that they want. Because the thing is, with gamers, there's a lot of different kinds of gamers that feel that look at things differently, and I feel that a lot of the vocal ones are just the ones who just moan at things that I feel. Yes, it would be nice if things were the way, what they want, the way turned out the way they would want them to, but you can't expect that to happen in life all the time. Actually, on that note, actually, I feel basically the same way about early access. There's always a ton of people with early access who just complain that games aren't finished at a time that they feel that they should be. But what people don't realize is that quite often, at least my understanding is quite often gaming companies will release a game when they feel that it's close-ish to being finished. Now, obviously, that doesn't happen. That doesn't always happen. I think a great example would be Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's been in the works for how long now, and it's still not out yet. So, doesn't always work out that it's, about a year between release, but usually, game companies want to reveal games when they're almost done so that they can be put out relatively soon after they're finished, or after they've been announced. Early access doesn't have that luxury because it's early access. You tell people what it is from the very beginning of development, and then people can just stay and watch throughout the entire thing, which means that you have to sit through the entire development process, not just that little bit at the end where it's mostly bug fixing and tweaks. Or in Sonic 06's case, bug adding. Because, let's be honest, I still love that. Like, I heard rumors. I don't know if this is true, but I've heard rumors that the beta version of Sonic 06 was actually more stable than the final release. Of course, that wouldn't make it a great game anyway, because there's a lot of problems with it that aren't buggy, just conceptually. But I think arguably no one would care about it. Like, people, like, it's infamous for being a bad game, but to be honest, I don't think anyone would remember it very much if it wasn't such a bad game, because it feels very, or at least from what I remember about it, is that it's not a very interesting game. I remember it being very generic. But, hey, that's just my 2 thoughts on those things. Back to the Nintendo Switch, though. They showed off, like, gameplay, I think, of, like, a new Splatoon game, and, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, but I'm gonna say it again. It's got hair, it's got, sort of got pants. People saying it has pants, but to be honest, I've noticed the pants have different lengths, but it doesn't look like they're different, like, like, each of the characters have, like, equipment pants like they do in, or, like, what people want. So I don't think it's quite the same, but, people are happy, so, meh. What do I know? Not enough to make people happy, apparently. Back to this game. This stage is long, it's dull, it's boring, and it's very samey. Part of the reason why I went on the hiatus, even, like, past when I probably could have started recording again, is because I didn't really want to start, because this stage is kind of just a... It's a very forgettable stage. It's not very interesting. There's a lot of plot developments in it, but other than that, it has nothing going for it. It's just Boazanian units, and then Boazanian units, and then Boazanian units. And they're just so tanky that it takes forever to take down any of them. It's not nearly as interesting as any of the real-type battles, where, you know, you gotta do a lot of thought so that you can anticipate, so that you can, make sure you hit, or just, you know, like, this is cool and all, like, I think, okay, I'm just gonna say it, I think that the Mazinger's Head, Combattler 5, hang on, Combattler V Volta's 5 plotline in this game is probably my least favorite. It's like, I just find it the least interesting, which is probably which probably mirrors my opinion of most storylines from shows of this era. I just don't find them their plot lines that interesting. Like, I think a lot of people complain that a lot of plot lines for mech shows are, like, super complicated nowadays, but to be honest, I like them a bit better than these samey, simplistic ones. Again, that's just me. I will have more to say about the next stage, though, because I like the next stage. It's very fun. It's very interesting. It's got plot that I like. It's got interesting stuff. This one doesn't have interesting stuff, so I don't really like it as much. Your repair kits if we need to use any. You're probably out of harm's way, but... Can I attack? No, I didn't think so. What other units do I have to move? I have not moved Lunar Frame yet. Let's do that now. If I was smart, I would have moved Lunar Frame. I would have moved Akazuki before, like, killed that, The other thing about the Boazanian units that I'm just gonna rant about for a second, is that their names are so forgettable. Like, this guy, I don't care what his name is, he's the crap. I feel like the same way with Mazinger Z enemies, but at least they look interesting. These things are just animals or things that already exist, but like, most of these look like monsters. The only exception are these ones, and these ones just look like robot monsters from, like, some thing that doesn't deserve to be called a mech show. I don't know. I don't like the designs. Like, you've got like a ninja, or well, not a ninja, but like an Oni. I guess it would be, maybe be an Oni, and then this one could also, I guess, be like these ones kind of remind me of Oni, sort of. I don't know a lot about Japanese mythology, so don't quote me on that, but I imagine that's what these are based off of. And then like this is a crab, and this one's like a bear. Revolutionary. And this one, I'd say this one's my favorite. Looks-wise, it's my least favorite because it's annoying, but looks-wise, in the looks department, I like it. We've already devolved to ranting about the stage. Well, we've already gotten through halfway through the episode, so maybe already isn't the right word. Hikaru has more energy than Ryoko, so I'll let her take the hit. Because Ryoko's shielding won't really help her. I like how I just sort of ignored the fact that Ryoko countered, which I think I put counter on her. Because I don't remember that being a thing that she could do normally. Yeah, counter cut. Always like to see counter cut. Never do. Yeah, she's got Valor now. That's good. Valor's good. Why are its tanks running? I'm gonna evade, because to be honest, missiles don't do much damage. And this thing's got a lot of health, so I'm gonna need to do a lot of high damage attacks. That's mostly it. High damage attacks, which is really annoying with these enemies, because they're flying, which means you have to use can't use ground units that are all up close and personal. I don't need Eureka's help right now. So I guess I'll let her defend later. If Masato needs it. Which, luckily, he does not appear to have needed. Yay! Wait again. Alright. That's that. Of course. As much as, like, I should be using David to block this, but to be honest, Akizuki doesn't really do much for me anyway. He's mostly just there just to help. He doesn't really do very much on his own, especially against these units. Against real types, he's a little bit more useful because he can hit things, he can dodge things, which is good when fighting dodgy units like real types, but against super robots like these, you're gonna hit with most things anyway. So, like, there's little point. Especially if they don't have, like, a heavy attack. Like, I use reels anyway because I like that they can dodge things. They just don't eat damage like Zeraimer here does. Like, I have to defend with Zeraimer because he does not have the health pool compared with the number of enemies. Neither do reels, but reels don't get hit as often. It's more detrimental when they do, but they're often quite good about avoiding damage altogether, which is generally a thing I like. Note that I don't actually, I'm by no means an expert at this series, and take whatever I say with a grain of salt, because I know what I've experienced. I don't know strategy very well, as the fact that I've done many stupid things can attest. Also, I do apologize for my mic. Yeah, turn down the mic volume a little bit, not because I don't like being heard, but mostly because it's peaking far too often. I feel like it should be just a little bit quieter. Oh, I can't counter. No, evade. Missile pod doesn't do jack. Again, unless I'm horribly mistaken, you have to take out every unit in this map anyway. I might take care of Jangle just straight away, just because he's kind of annoying. But yeah, Sir Reimer. I'm gonna use this on you. That's not really gonna help me. I'd like to do that. I'd like to be able to do that, but that's not gonna help me. Here, let's move. Let's move you here. Let's get Rowan to. Whoop. Move here right away. Repair you, and then let's get Rowan energied up a little bit. Now it's unfortunately going to drop his will a little bit. Okay, good. We still have enough to do that. Right? Yeah, it's 120, so that should be fine. What are these guys' health looking? Support attack. You have 1 support attack, so I think I'll move you here and perform Leisner. What? 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 Okay, I'm gonna attack with you. 1,000. You actually have less health, but you can't hit me, so I'll deal with you. Firing the lethal missiles. And will they do the trick? The answer is probably no. But I can dream, Harold. Let's attack with IG. Do your thing, IG. With missiles, I believe? Yeah, missiles. Which aren't going to do that much because IG I'm building to be more of a melee-focused character with good reason. Beyond just the fact that he, his final attack is a melee attack, there is another reason why I specifically avoid putting a, let's save those. Why I specifically avoid focusing towards a more balanced, but we're not going to see that for a little bit. Or a while if I keep going on hiatus with this series. That's you down. Unfortunately, I don't think I can attack with Cypher. Oh my god, I can attack with Cypher. Whoa. Whoa. I'm not sure why I'm surprised. It is Cypher. Well, shit. I'm just noticing right now that my Xenoblade Chronicles X skull, based off of Longbow, based being a loose term, given the amount of visual frame customizing that I get in that game, but that'll be for another day. But yeah, it's inaccurate. I didn't realize there was gold detailing on Longbow. So let's just try and take care of this guy. And being incredibly quiet because I don't know what to say at this point. other than Koji is just ridiculously overpowered. Like, seriously. Attack somebody, but it's only going to be this guy. And next turn, I'm just going to be walloped on. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with Zeramer. I want to use him for now, but I also don't really want to use him, because if I ever get around to doing New Game Plus, which I might not, or I might just, like, do it much later, depending on, how sick of playing this I get. Or, yeah, I don't know if I want to do post-game, like, straight away. I may do it eventually, but most certainly not very soon after I finish this. Let's just not use any resources and just sort of sword you with my sword. Hua. Shut up, PC fan. Okay, that's that. Next, Aikido. Sure, let's have Aikido just sort of Gekigen flare this one. So he's dead. But you get a clear shot at me, which I'm not entirely fond of. I'm also not entirely fond of this. Because, yeah, I could miss, but I also might not miss. And here's just absolutely useless. Let's move a little bit closer. Gives us a little bit more wiggle room with the Estivalises, and, range formation attack. Oh, in case you're wondering why I like to bunch up my units even though support attacks can carry over through diagonals, it's because, units from the same series often get a bonus when, get, like, some sort of affinity bonus thing when you place them next to each other. So, I like to bunch them up so that they get a bonus on dodging stuff. If I haven't mentioned it before, you'll notice it if you hover over, if you have a scheme on emulator, if you hover over certain units, you'll see, one of two things. Well, some units will flash with one of two things. They'll either flash with a heart, which is a great bonus, or they'll flash with the circle, which is a lesser, smaller bonus. The smaller bonus is like friendship, and the higher bonus is, or the larger bonus is love interest, which is why it's a heart. Sometimes it's one-sided, sometimes it's not. It's kind of interesting like that. Like, for example, I believe Ryoko's, gets a large affinity boost with Aikido, but Aikido only gets a small affinity boost from Ryoko. Or it might be vice versa, I don't really remember. Bottom line is, it's a thing. Yeah. That looks nothing like an octopus, Ryoko. What are you talking about? No, we're gonna do... Oh, no. Ooh. Nah. I'm not gonna... Luck is nice, but I'm not gonna use it. I'm guessing it's... Would it be a Ryoko? Because they should all have the same amount of energy. Because oh no, wait, yeah, it would be a Ryoko because Ryoko support attacked with Aikido. So, that's that. Unfortunately, as I thought, the rest of the stage will have to wait until next time, everybody. So, until then, it's Binaryftw the win here, because Binary said awesome, and I'll see you guys next time. Yeah!